how are you? So this week, I want to talk about working this business and being comfortable doing it your way. So a lot of people will see their coach or other coaches on the team or myself working the business, and they're like, I could never do it like that. Great news. You don't have to, right? This business is meant to be your business, just like your journey is your journey. So, your health and fitness journey is different from my health and fitness journey. You may lose weight faster. I may lose weight slower. Your body may respond to cardio better. My body responds to weight training better, right? There's all different variables and aspects of your health journey, and it's the same with your business, right? We've talked about before people who work this full time, people who already work full time and do this as a side business, people who work overnight shifts and have to work this business in between. People who have a 9 to 5 and kids and run kids around have to work this business in pockets of time, right? So there's all of that. I'm not going to go into like when you should be working your business because that's something we've talked about before, and it's up to you. So one of the things I want to talk about is the why and the how. So the why of working this business your way is so that you don't get burnt out. You don't get discouraged easily. You you don't think it has to be done a certain way. You're not shooting for something unrealistic for yourself, right? Like, why do you want to work the business your way? I know for me, I don't want a challenge group where I'm helping 25 new people start every month, like brand new people. Like, that's a lot for me. I can help maybe 3 to 5 new people every month. And even then, I have this list of 50 or so current people that I'm working with that I'm trying to keep up with the best I can. And so if I were to add 10, 20, 30 new people a month to my business, that's too much for me. But there are other people that do. They hit Success Club 50, 60, and they have their system. That's not for me, and that's okay, right? So you have to figure out your why, not necessarily why you want to work this business, but why you want to do it your way. Because if you are trying to chase something that you know you can't keep up with or that you can't consistently succeed at, then you're going to constantly be defeated and give up on this business way sooner, right? The other reason is, how would you want to be asked to join somebody, right? Like, you have to think about, I have, over the past 12 years, I have made a couple mistakes where I've like cold messaged people, not really got to know them very well, and just was like, oh my God, you would be so good at this business because your social media is like amazing and I could learn so much from you. And I don't hear anything because it's like, well, that wasn't very personal. Like, it was like, what am I'm going to get something out of it, right? Like, so I've made mistakes like that. So there's ways that you can do this so that you feel the most comfortable. And for me, and you definitely want to step out of your comfort zone. You can't just throw a line out there on social media and hope that everybody comes to you. You are going to have to send personal messages. You are going to have to build relationships with people. You are going to have to be the one that communicates. There are people out there that are watching you, that are watching your stories, that are liking and comment, or even silently watching your newsfeed, and you don't even know that they're watching, that are waiting for you to reach out to them. And your reach out could simply be, hey, what's new? I haven't talked to you since we worked together at such and such a place. And that's a door for them to be like, oh my God, I know, you know what? I've been watching your social media. What are you doing for your health and fitness? It might not come right away, but it might come in the third or fourth conversation. So I've shared multiple times ways that I have done this in the past 12 years, where I go through my list of Facebook people and I ask myself, is this someone I need to build a relationship with? Or is this someone I could invite to my next challenge group? And how do I know the answer to that question? If I don't talk to this person often and I don't really know them, I'm not going to invite them to my next group, right? Unless they've been commenting, liking, being like, what are you, what's happening? So the how of this business is going through that list, going through 5 to 10 people a day. Again, whatever that number looks like for you and what you can consistently go through and feel like you're winning and not, if you have a list of 10 and you only can do 3, you're going to feel defeated every day, right? So you decide what that number looks like consistently, and you go through that list, and you might have to go to their Facebook feed, and you might have to be like, I don't ever see anything in this person's feed. I'm not really sure who they are. So your first step is to just start liking and commenting their stuff so that you show up, they show up more on your feed, and you show up on their feed. There's a feed and there's stories. You have to be posting in both, because if you're not, you're missing out on some people. Like, I don't watch stories. I scroll the feed. There are people on this team that only watch stories and do not scroll the feed. So you can post the exact same content in your stories and in your feed. It's going to have to be quicker in your stories. And it's not going to be overdone, because there are people who watch stories and there are people who watch feeds. So you've got to talk to both of them. And it's the same for Instagram as well as Facebook. So you want to be on Instagram feed, on Instagram stories, on Facebook feed, on Facebook stories. You want to be in like 4 places every day for social media in some sort of capacity, right? Again, whatever that looks like for you in your business. I can only consistently commit to 1 Instagram feed a day. And even then, if you go to my Instagram right now, you're going to say, you posted something on Thursday, but I hadn't heard, you didn't post something since last Monday, right? So I got to work on that, right? But there's days where I do a consistent feed. Monday through Thursday, I consistently usually do a feed, and then it's sometimes not even stories on the weekend, which is fine, right? It's whatever I can commit to, whatever my business looks like. So you go through that list. You also start writing down people who are commenting, liking, watching your stories. And you want to make sure you're building the relationship with them either on their stories or feed, or privately. Just send them a message based on something that they posted. Like, their kid just went to prom. Oh my God, I can't believe you have a kid old enough to go to prom. Did they have so much fun? That's it. That's how you build relationships with people. This does not have to be, okay, let me look at this list of 10 people. How do I invite them to my next group? You don't. The answer is you don't. Unless it's somebody you know and talk to, and they already know, like, and trust you, right? So that's why you consistently have to be talking to people every day on social media, posting every day on social media, building relationships, adding new followers, adding new friends, joining new groups, so that you can keep building your list. I had 250 Facebook friends when I started 12 years ago. I'm around 4,000 now, because I kept friending people that would come up as mutual friends. I make sure all my posts about my fitness and health are public, so that if one of my friends posts, comments on my post, their friends will see that they made a comment, and I might show up on those random friends' Facebook feeds if it's a popular post, right? I don't want to go into what your social media post should be looking like, because that's again another training. I think I just did one a couple weeks ago, so you can go back. But that's how you build this business comfortably. You build this business inviting and sharing in a relationship building way. You're not selling, you're not trying to hook people in, you're not trying to figure out how you're going to invite somebody to your next group. Another great thing that I like to do, which I'm going to do tomorrow, is I open up an event. So I'm going to open an event for Fire and Flow. So I will post about Fire and Flow, but I'll also put the link to my event in the comments when I say we have a new, I'll try the sample workout. I already did, but I'll do it again this week. I'll do the sample workout again, and I'll show a move, or I'll talk about it. And then I'll say, if you're interested in learning more info, click the link in the comments to learn in the event, right? And then they'll go to my event and then they click interested or going. And that's someone I put on my list so that I can reach out to and say, hey, make sure you follow along in the event. A lot of people get very confused on the event. They think that like that day, like we're starting on May 30th. So I'm going to set the event up to be May 30th. And so everybody thinks that something magical is going to happen on May 30th, where I'm like, no. So you have to talk to people who are clicking like interested in going in the event. And you want to say things like, I'm going to be posting from today for the next 2 weeks to get us ready. I'm going to be talking about it, what it's like, what you're going to need, how to get started, I'm going to post before and afters, so it's like a sneak peek into what the fire and flow is going to be. And then I make my list from there and I talk to them privately. So you can't just put the event out there, post in it and hope that people are just going to place orders, right? This is one of those businesses. You're not selling makeup or something where people can just click a link and order. You've got to talk to them and get them in the right program and get them in the right total solution pack and make sure that they're not spending $99 a year for Beachbody On Demand when they could be for $50 more getting Shakeology, 2B Mindset, Portion Fit. Like the packages are too good out there right now for them to do that, or they can do that. Don't steer someone away from saying that I just want to do the fitness. Fine. Get them in a Beachbody On Demand, $99 a year, or it's going up to $119. So lock them in before that happens. Make sure you're watching the National Wake Up Call. Make sure you're paying attention on the Beachbody Champions page. Make sure you're checking your Breaking Coach news and your Coach Online office so that you know everything that's coming up. All right. So you work this business your way. This is what this is about. I don't want you to get burnt out. I don't want you to just get discouraged. And I don't want you to think you have to do it my way. You have to do it your way. And that's going to look different than my way. All right. Have a good night.